What's up, guys? This is Keith Kelfis, and in this video, we're going to do a walkthrough of Jobber software. This software you can use to do the billing, the invoicing, everything inside of your service business, so you don't even have to come in physical contact with your customer. You can collect all payments online through the app, from your laptop, from your phone, and we have Molly on right now. She's in Canada, and she leads the community team for Jobber. What's up, Molly?
Just happy to chat with you and jump in on this. I'm excited.
Yes. So I met Molly at the GIE Expo a couple years ago, and since then I've joined the Jobber team. And in full disclosure, I'm a Jobber affiliate. I use Jobber in my business. I actually use Jobber, and I love it. And so I said, let's get Molly on right now, because a lot of us in the green industry are looking for a software that we can use to run our business on, so we can send invoices and collect money and track all the data and stats and schedule work. And Molly is going to do a screen walkthrough. I was thinking that the coolest thing ever is when you come here online and you actually see the product. You actually get to walk through and see what it looks like. So if you're sick of people talking about stuff, Molly, what's up?
Okay, here I am.
He's going to show us.
I am going to show you. I'm going to show you to the best of my ability. So I have pulled up my demo account that you'll see is an HVAC account, because I was in Orlando at AHR Expo at the start of February, and I was walking a bunch of HVAC pros and business owners through how Jobber might be able to help them. So yeah, it's full of some nice, great fake data. So yeah, do you want me to just hit share?
Yeah, sure. Go inside. I want to see it.
Let's do it.
So I like this cup you guys sent me. I thought I'd take it out for the video.
I have heard good things about that cup. I've heard it actually keeps things hot. So yeah, what you can see now is a work overview page. So a lot of people like to start on this page. They can kind of get like a high level overview of everything happening in their account. So you can see here, there's the jobs section. So this tells you you have 15 active jobs. So jobs that are like coming up. There are 4 jobs that are done. Someone has marked them complete, potentially on the Jobber app in the field, and they require invoicing. And then there's a couple other jobs with additional action required. So this could be things like you need to just add something to the job, update the job, that type of thing. And then invoices. So you've completed 7 jobs and there have been draft invoices created automatically. You have 4 invoices out there in the world that you're awaiting payment for, and then you have 4 past due. So you might want to follow up with those people. Jobber does have a feature that automatically sends a text or email to people who have past due invoices, so that can kind of help automate some of that if you're mostly doing that through phone calls. And then quotes. So 8 draft. So maybe you've gone to someone's property and started a quote in the Jobber app, or some people like to pull up this full desktop view on like a tablet while they're out in the field, because this desktop view is like super, super powerful. You have 1 quote out there that's awaiting response. So again, Jobber has text and email reminders that go out to people who haven't closed on quotes. So we've heard from some customers that just by one customer in particular, the story comes from him. With Jobber, before we even had those automatic reminders, Jobber just reminding him that he had a quote out there that someone hadn't closed on made him call people and follow up, and he started closing 30% more quotes. So that is something,
Yes.
yeah, that Jobber can do, is just literally remind you what you have out there so you can actually go close it. And then you have 4 quotes. Yeah.
Real quick, this right here, because you're covering a lot of territory real fast. This is like a vital stats dashboard. This dashboard is if this is the dashboard, it's showing you what's going on inside of your business currently.
Exactly.
So you can see it all in a glimpse, right?
Yeah, so it's a really nice overview of everything going on. You can see you have 4 quotes approved that you should probably turn into jobs, which is like our word for work orders. And then, you know, this is an HVAC specific kind of view. So if you're someone who runs a business where you kind of have incoming kind of emergency work on the go, you can see here my mouse on the left is going over 5 different potential views of a calendar. So if you're someone like running lawn care or landscaping maybe where you want to see like a couple weeks out and make sure that you have like an even distribution of jobs, then you might like something like the week view. So let's see how many jobs we've populated in here.
Nice. That's
Hopefully,
how my brain works and is in grids. When I
there
see
you
a
go.
grid like that, then that makes sense to
You
me.
like it? Yeah. So I know some people, they potentially, like you can see at the top here, 5 visits each day. And obviously this is a demo account because it's nice and neat. And usually some people can have like like job after job after job in Jobber. But you can see, you know, if you want to have, if you have 5 visits on one day, but it looks like you have like 10 over here, like, is that realistic? Maybe you should be kind of dragging jobs over to kind of to even out that distribution. You can
Yeah.
color code things by type of job. So maybe a certain type of equipment is required and that's what the color coding is, or you can color code by team member. So you can kind of get a nice visual idea of what's happening in your calendar. Month view is really similar. I'm going to show you grid view if you're someone with a lot of emergency work coming in. So, you know, that again, like I mentioned, HVAC contract, like some type of like, you know, no heat, no AC, that type of thing. Grid view can come in handy. It looks a little weird, but emergency dispatchers love this because they can see that Molly up here from 8 to maybe around 10, I'm doing an emergency service. And then I'm on the phone with a customer who's like, help me, I have no heat. And I can see that Molly has a nice big gap here starting at 10. So I can probably send Molly to that job. So that's kind of like what this daily grid view gives you. And then there's our map view. So this gives you obviously a nice kind of geographical view of where people are. So you can see at the top here, I can identify like the specific jobs different team members are on. Again, let's say I get an opportunity to do a really juicy quote or an emergency job comes in. I can kind of see that, okay, it looks like Molly's going to be on this part of, like in this part of the city that day. She might be a good person to kind of run by that property and do a quote. So those are the main calendar views. The nice thing about the map view as well is, and I don't know if it'll work on this, so we'll see. You can create a, these are in the past.
This is dope. This is like I said, you're covering a lot of ground really quickly, but this allows you to, if you want to grow or scale your business or have multiple team members out, you can see what's going on in your business in real time.
Yes, and you can pick like a point on the map. And oh, you know why this isn't working? All of these jobs are scheduled for a time. You can kind of see that here.
Yeah.
If you were in something like lawn care, or like maybe you were doing a bunch of quotes that day and your jobs weren't scheduled, you just knew they had to be done that day. So we call them like anytime jobs for that day. You can pick a starting point on the map and say map from here. And then basically we'll set the most efficient route for the day from that starting point. So that, and then when you open the Jobber app, your team sees the order they're supposed to tackle the day in. Yeah, so what I've heard is like, you know, you can put together a pile of paper work orders in the right order according to Google Maps, because maybe you went and did that work manually. And as soon as someone drops that pile of paper, you're kind of like, they're just driving all around the city at that point kind of thing.
Yep. That's
Yeah.
a very important. My secretary, when I have a bunch of quotes lined up, she'll go and create a route for me and talk to all the customers and make sure that everything is routed so I'm not running all over the place. And then also for routing as well. Here I see. What are some of the most frequently asked questions when it comes to Jobber for people that are newer with it or looking to sign up?
Right. Most frequently.
Like, how do you collect money? How do you actually get money?
Sure. Yeah. So as soon as you, the funny thing about Jobber 2 is like all these different functions can be used independently. In a perfect world, you know, you do a quote. Some industries don't do quotes though. And then you kind of automatically transfer that info to a work order. And then when you press complete on that work order, you transfer that info to the invoice. But I do want to point out that if you are having scheduling issues or you're having invoicing issues, like you can technically just use kind of like one part of Jobber to begin with to kind of solve for that issue. And then you can go on from there. So in terms of how you get paid,
Yeah, so just to reiterate what she said, if you are maybe just one or two trucks, you can literally get started and just use this for invoicing clients and collecting money. Very simple. And then as you get the hang of it, then you can get into the scheduling aspects and start learning all the program, what it has to offer, and then you grow into it. Because I've heard a lot of good feedback that people use this and they said it's been a huge a breakthrough for their business because it gives them so much more control. But I just say that so nobody gets overwhelmed saying, "Oh my God, how am I supposed to learn all this when I'm so busy?" It's
Exactly.
not an all or none thing.
No, it's not. And I think for something like, you can see I have my AHR briefing doc up here. Like for an industry like HVAC, for example, we know that they have a huge scheduling issue because they have so much emergency work coming in. So that is why I naturally kind of went over the different schedule views, because I had HVAC in mind because I'm signed into my HVAC demo account. But I know for lawn care, one of the huge issues there is invoicing. Like you do like what, like 10, 20, 30 like jobs a day, depending on like how many crews you have or how efficient you are, how small your properties are. And then you
You
have
know,
to
that's
go,
a big question because I don't do lawn care anymore. Can you do bulk digital like invoicing? Like you could just bill 100 clients at a click of a
yeah.
button?
So I'm going to go away from this invoice page, and I am going to see if I can I batch invoice? Okay. So can you see here how there are 7 in draft? And it says not yet sent, deliver them all at once with batch invoice delivery. So for anyone who, so yeah, in terms of like, how does Jobber help me get paid? Well, one thing we do is we help you get invoices out the door, like lightning speed. So you don't have to like
Yeah.
stay up till midnight making individual invoices and emailing them or printing them one by one. So
And you guys integrate with Square, right?
we integrate with Square. We have Jobber payments. We offer PayPal. We integrate with authorize.net, which I think opens up another few options. But yeah, so if you are someone who works with clients who appreciate, a printout, because that is what some people like, then certainly you can do the printout option. Otherwise, you
I
can.
didn't even know that. That's so cool.
Oh
I have
yeah,
a mobile printing device and yeah, some of the old school clients like a piece of paper.
exactly. But yeah, I put email, and basically what you do is you click on all the invoices. I mean, I'll just select all that you want to create batch invoices for, and then you go next step. And then you send now. So you can customize this kind of email template a bit, but this is basically showing you that this is how your email template's been set up to this point. So thank you for your recent business. You get a copy of the invoice as a PDF with the email as well. Your invoice total is this, and it has to be paid by this time. The nice thing is, and I don't think I'll be able to show this here, is that your client receives an email and there's a big like pay invoice button, and they're basically taken to a place online we call Client Hub, where they can enter in their credit card info. If there's someone you service monthly for window cleaning or lawn maintenance or whatever, they can choose to lock their card, like vault their card on file, so that you can actually push through push through payments automatically. We also have automatic billing through Jobber payments. So if you want to like bulk collect payments on people who have agreed to just automatically pay you monthly, you can do that through Jobber payments. So we certainly do offer different ways to help you get paid faster.
You guys have like some type of fill in the blank legal authorization, credit card authorization form in Jobber that you send them and collect a digital signature?
That's a good question. I know, like, that's a good question for the Jobber team. I'm going to find out and tell Keith so that he can maybe put it in the show notes or confirm like on the video in a cut. I mean, our Jobber payments team is totally compliant, so they must have created some way of like, yeah, making
Because I got some of these window cleaning clients. I mean, we're cleaning their windows quarterly. They're like super busy, high income people who are probably just annoyed at the fact that they even have to tell their personal assistant to write a check
Yeah.
or something like that. So I'd be like, hey, I got a new thing for you. As soon as we finish, I'll just bill you automatically from now on, and you'll get an automatic receipt sent to your email. And now we have
We're there.
automated your window cleaning.
Yeah, you'll know we were there because your windows are clean, and then you'll see the receipt, and it's like over. You had to do nothing.
That's dope.
Yeah. So that is the invoicing part of Jobber. I mean, another thing, I'm going to go over quotes because that's obviously a huge part of new business, is putting together a quote. So again, you could put a quote together in the Jobber app. You might have this screen open on a tablet if you have it with you. So essentially, you can meet a client at their property. As you walk with them through their property or through their home, you can, let's pretend we're at Colin Purple's house here. You can just start filling things in. So, I mean, this is all HVAC related, but you can imagine, okay, Colin, it looks like the design and installation is this. I charge $300. And that doesn't seem like enough for the record for this part of the service. You know, we're going to do some custom work, you know, just as a placeholder here. And I can tell you that that's going to cost, you know, $600. And then we're going to do, I want to say, we're going to install this furnace.
Now, are those pre-made little descriptions in there, and you go in and you just customize them to your own business depending on the industry you're in?
You can put some pre-made ones in. And these ones are pre-made exactly. Or if you have like your own spreadsheet, or maybe you use QuickBooks and you have all of this kind of built into QuickBooks already, you can like pull a spreadsheet into Jobber.
Because I got it all in QuickBooks, and I've got all my products created of like how we describe it. And then you just switch around the numbers for that customer and boom, 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 boom.
Exactly.
Real quick, I don't want to forget, I like in the top right-hand corner, if you scroll back up, you can show how the customer found you in the lead source, Home Advisor, Angie's List, Google, Craigslist, whatever, however they found you. And I really like that, how you can customize that, because when you collect all that data after about 3, 6, 9 months, the longer you collect it, then you can actually go back and print out a spreadsheet and see, oh my God, 80% of my leads are coming from Google. It's like it gives you all this valuable information. That's cool.
So yeah, this add custom field, that's what these are. And this is one of those funny parts of Jobber that seems so little, but for someone like you who loves analytics, this is actually a really powerful part of Jobber because this is all customizable. Like you hit add custom field, and do you want it to apply to like, all quotes, or do you want it to show up on invoices or jobs too? Do you want it to be a true or false? Do you want it to be a numeric custom field? Do you want it to be an area, so like 2 boxes? Do you want it to be a drop down? Like this part's really, really powerful, and like you kind of implied, you can pull reports based on any of these fields.
Can you access all this from your mobile device when you're out in the field if you're in desktop mode?
Oh, if you're in desktop, yeah, totally, yeah.
Okay, because I was a little frustrated when I first signed up with Jobber because I wasn't in desktop mode and I was trying to just through the mobile app, and I was like, I can't use this. How come it's not giving me access to anything? And I kept going around in circles, and I finally I found out all I had to do was just click desktop mode, and boop, and it was like gave me access to everything, and then my problem was solved. So that's cool.
Totally. Yeah, and you know, it's a mobile world, so like our mobile app will just keep getting better and bringing in all this functionality. But like, yeah, the full suite of Jobber is on access from the desktop, and a lot of people just open their Google Chrome or Safari or Firefox or whatever because they like working in this mode, because this is like where they mostly do all their work. And then like their crew, because they don't maybe need to do as much in-depth stuff, they can all work from the app. They can track their time from there, see their schedule. They can put together quotes from there, because maybe what they're doing in terms of building quotes is a bit more straightforward than what like an owner's doing in terms of like the nuance of putting together quotes. So yeah, that's the quotes part of Jobber. And then, you know, I think that like there's so much to it. You can track expenses. There's a whole CRM components. You can really have that customer history of like you can put like one of these custom fields can literally be, does the customer have a dog? It can be gate codes, like, and that's all in the customer, kind of in that CRM part, where you can really see that kind of past history. Quote, I'm going to pull one up. You can see quotes that you've sent to a customer 2 years ago, so that if you can see some of these custom tags here too, like do not email or commercial property. So let's click on.
This is dope. This is what separates you from being an amateur to a professional.
Right. Yeah.
I like stuff like
that
this.
full kind of background. Yeah. So let's pretend you quoted someone 2 years ago. Well, maybe at that point you quoted them $1,800. So it's just nice having that background, so that, when I build the quote now, I probably don't want it to be like either too little, like much less than that, or much more potentially.
Yes.
I do want to
What
go
did I
back.
charge you last time, Mrs. Jones? Stuff
Exactly.
like that.
And these tags here, and you can hear my Canadianness coming out because I say tags, and I always just want to point it out.
Tags instead of tags.
Instead of tags. So again, this is it seems little, but it's a huge customizable part of Jobber. You can create tags for anything you want. So it can be maybe the lead source, it can be commercial, or it could be referral, it could be residential, it could be has dog, doesn't have dog, or spring cleaning. Anyone you've ever done a spring cleaning for, maybe you take them that way. You can pull all those customers you've done spring cleanings before, so that before the next spring, you can now market to them and ask them if you need them to come out again, if they need you to come out again.
Real quick, I'm going to put a link below. We have like 30 seconds now. The time flew by. Are you guys still doing that deal where you get 50% off Jobber for the first 3 months for anybody who signs up? Because that's crazy.
If you sign up through Keith's link, you will get 20% off your first 6 months of Jobber.
That's good too. I'll put a link below. We got to do another one of these videos, but we just ran out of time, guys. So thank you so much, Molly from Jobber.
Thank you, Keith. I knew more about Jobber than I thought. That was great.
Yeah, you know a lot about Jobber. All right.
Okay.
Sorry, we just burned through all that time, and there's a time limit because I